what I'm trying to say is that like there's a lot of foundation to put in place still. So and it needs to be done. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. At least at the very least now we have the head here. That's pretty much the example to follow for the rest of the characters. So that was the advantage of starting with the head for this one. So yeah, let's get into it. It's still true we're going to be doing a bit of like foundation work though, as in a lot of the shapes that I'm using are primitive based, and I want to be able to really give them the cleanness treatment that they deserve. While creating this character, I was not necessarily following any strict rules in terms of the cleanliness of the shapes and everything, right? Which is the point of when you're doing your blocking. You don't really want to stop yourself at every corner to make these things clean. But at this stage right now, this is the time where we're getting serious into this. Not ZRemodeler, is ZModeler always good to manipulate your mesh while you're still at the beginning stage of the mesh creation. Of course, some stuff I'm going to want to reuse them. So already at the primitive stage right there, I'll be reusing the same meshes, keeping them the same shape so I can once again duplicate them later once I'm going to be ready to change them. Starting with the big shapes, as always. Let's check the chat a little bit. Wexful, Gas Mason, hello, have a good stream. Well, thank you. Most appreciated. Bo Smart, hello Marco, those 6 arms look amazing. Can't wait to have this finished. Yeah, me too. I'm still really interested by this character. I'm still happy with the design, so I know I'm going to be well driven to continue this character to the end. Sammy Frodo, hello. George Burko, hey hey hey. some of these things that I'm placing, I'm not putting any colors on it yet, but eventually I'm going to need to add the colors to really make them look appropriate with the rest of the design. At the moment, I'm really just focusing having anything that can be kind of like a placeholder, or maybe not placeholder, I should say really like base mesh. Jesus Velasco, hello, hello. Actair, hello, this looks really cool. Thank you. Naxaron, Dragon Bite, yep, cool as fuck. Thanks, thank you. Oh, we have a third one here. These things, these circles at the back here, they're going to be completely hidden by the arms at the end. So we can just put like anything there. But to be able to construct those things here, I'm gonna want to start from like a clean shape. So I'm going to actually just put again one of these like standard cylinders right here, just to be able to reuse its shape and topology. Ooh, wait, that gizmo has lost its fuck? No, 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 no. Huh, weird. Okay. And from this one, we're going to create that little edge here. Extrude and control will actually separate this into another mesh. New mesh to create the thickness. I'm going to push this mesh a little lower, like here. Now give it the same shape that as in the design. So having like this bevel here. All right, let's take this and put it the same place, lower. Okay, so now what I'm going to do once that those pieces are here, I'm going to, once again, kind of like start deleting the blocking where I don't need it anymore. And at the end, I'll still have like a mesh, like I'll still use that mesh to be like at the middle of everything. But also that mesh is going to exist just to finish some parts. But I'm not gonna want to like create a mesh for it because it is like throwaway. Like, you know, like this little space here in between like the circle and here, this, I'm probably just going to use that mesh here for that. So the this piece here, I would be tempted to see what happened if I just completely remove it from the mesh. It's kind of like bothering me that it's there, not really helping. But maybe it's helping for the shape, though. Yeah, like it's not really essential, so removing it was not a problem at all. Let's look at the chat. Uh, Ruined. Were you at the last summit? No, I was not. It's always so amazing to watch you work. It never gets old. Well, thanks for the comment. If you were to use this character for a video game, how would you approach the retopology? Well, first of all, and this is the answer I say all the time. Before I was to polish anything, I would send it to an animator to make sure that like every animations are doable, and I would change the design slash the blocking, just to make sure it accommodates for all the animation of the game first. So I would polish this character the same way as anything else, but knowing that my blocking is now correct for animation. And now in terms of retopology, well, it would just be making unique blocks of everything that's like unmovable, not really bendable, that sort of stuff. It's hard to answer that question, I think. I think this is a question you get asked a lot, but I have to ask it. How many hours do you spend sculpting every day? It really depends. It really, really depends. I own a company. I have to take care of so many things, plus the family, so that number is really variable. I would not be able to answer. I try to keep it at 8 hours per day. Sometimes I spend that time at night though. But I know, I mean, sculpting. No, sometimes it's like 4, not even. Yeah, depends. Sometimes it's even more. Hey everyone, see the plastic has come down. Oh, yeah, exactly. I've been able to get rid of like the fucking plastic at the back here. My statues are not cleaned yet. There's still a lot of dust on it, but I feel like the dust of the renovation in general has settled down. So at least I don't have the American Psycho background anymore. You would just make an envelope that contains all the details in the silhouette and maybe have a couple of details element of it. Just than that. Hey, nice stuff. Checking out the website, and I'm downloading one of the tutorials now. Got ZBrush 2 days ago. Cool, man. Well, welcome to the ZBrush family. All right, let's continue. Okay, there's a few more shapes that I want them to be started from a primitive, and all the in between is going to be more like sculpted. So if there's like anything that's soft, it really won't matter. Let's just add a few more. Cube for here. Hey, thanks for the sub. That's much appreciated. Any form of support is very nice. So thank you. Take my sub. I'll take your sub. Okay, so for this one here, I'll basically add like the same shape. I think I'll just like do a duplicate. Oh, I did lose the very cool. Okay. I'll join both of them. Just reorient so it actually fills up a bit more the shape that I'm looking to fill. Then you can get rid of all the so these will all be the shapes necessary for the design and everything. I can even take care of like the cables here. So you see like all the red that's in between here will be really like the one mesh in between that'll be repeating all over. Oh, Jacob with the sub. Jacob with the sub. That's how he's called. I need to check the chat in a little bit now. Just want to finish a few things. Basically, I'm just looking to have like something for like this piece over here. bring the arms back for a second. Yeah, so it's going to interpenetrate, so that's why I've cut this piece initially, which I'm going to have to do again. Let's do a panel loop for this one, just to add the thickness. Oops. And I did a projection by accident. And I'm making my ZBrush crash. Oh boy. One button away. Oh well. There we go, ZBrush crash, everyone. All right, let's see if I lost anything. All right, lost nothing. But you know what? Let's save. Let's save, just in case, next time. And then let's remove the quick save, because we've learned nothing. I'll just put back my my refs. So thank you for everybody with crossed fingers right there. I'm sure it helped. Axel Truth, I remember attending an amazing masterclass on the 2019 summit with Marco, one of the best one I've ever attended. Super cool to see you stream. Thanks. I appreciate the comment. That's really cool. I'm also happy that you enjoy the session. It would be nice if you make at some point in the future a tutorial on how to resolve cloth, since that is my bane in ZRush. Yeah, I mean cloth. It's the real way of going by it often is like simulation, so it would be more like marvelous, I would say. There's a few tricks in ZBrush for sure. Monthero, hello, well, hello to you too. Drunk Toad, hello. Rookie mistake. How many crash? Oh no. A lot of crossed fingers, I see. ZBrush is really amazing. Videos save when crashing. We are really spoiled, and then I use my and lose everything. Yeah, I actually agree that like ZBrush saved my ass a few times with the autosave, so can't complain. Oh, you saved that as a document thinking was, yeah, I did that mistake too. I did that mistake one time. What you take a screenshot for the model? Why do I take a screenshot of the model? Oh, this is my design, so it's kind of like the concept I'm following in a sense. You know, it's funny because people keep saying like they feel like ZBrush is getting crashy and stuff, and I honestly don't see I don't see it. I feel it's always been kind of crashy. What I mean, like as in, I don't feel it's been crashing like more. I think every software is kind of crashy anyway at the end of the day, you know? All right, I'll try to place the tubes, and then it's gonna encompass a big majority of the design of the back. And probably what I'll do after that is I'll kind of like close it off and concentrate on this part for like polishing. Not necessarily detailing, just polishing. Because for example, like the collar piece here is not detailed. It's polished because it's clean, but it's not detailed. So this is one thing that I need to go in and detail at some point. And for the cable, I'll be reusing things that exist already. So I'll clone them into another scene. It's just like inserting everything in this one scene. But that's pretty much what I'm looking for to duplicate. And let's see if it's all Dynamesh. It's not the same crease groups and stuff though. Okay. So about the question of the design and the So that sculpt here is like the design of the character. And here, that's the progress to the polish of the character. So far, only the head has been done. It would be fantastic that it so happened that the profile of both of these tubes are similar. I'm just smoothing the tube just enough to the degree where I can kind of like warp it without keeping the shape correct, and it kind of feels like I was able to do it. There's a slight curve in it, which I don't think it's going to be really a problem. I can try to see if I can salvage it even more than that. Ah, you piece of shit. Come on. I clicked 1 pixel to the left. See this way? Yeah. It's kind of like a tube piece I'm not even using anymore. Well, yeah, so happened that it fit well. That's good news. Yeah, there's still like a tube piece here that's could get rid of. All right. Cool. So you see, like, anytime I can do this, it's kind of like copy and paste I get a little bit happier inside every time. So from here to this edge to here, it's all like one piece with all those like module on top. And this is how I'll close this mesh, this part of the mesh. I'm basically now just getting rid of everything that's not going to be necessary as like a mesh that exists under everything. Okay, let's just save. I think it got crashy on the more basic level, like selection, translation, not super complex operation like Dynamesh and Booleans where you would expect it. Yeah, there's like one thing I realized that it crashed. It didn't get it wasn't crashing before, but that's like from a long time ago. It's when you um, use a transpose line to like duplicate a mesh inside of like the mesh. So like you use the Control Shift key. I would have to do it. Control. Use the Control key to copy like a mesh while moving it. Like this, I realized it got a little bit more crashier, which is kind of like simple operation. Lupaletta, how long does it usually take for you to finish a model like this? About 2 weeks if I work 8 hours per day. Marco, do you have some course or a workshop or a mentory about your workflow? Is insane. Another question that I have is, do you use macros in ZBrush? I don't use really macros, no. They're really good though. I have tutorials on my website. If you go at the bottom of the screen, click on any of the links, either the Marco links or Chaos Masons link. And if you go to chaosmasons.com, we sell tutorials there. By the way, lately my ZBrush crashes if I use continuously the Control Shift brushes like clip, knife. Well, knife crashes a lot. Clip, I'm surprised that you make your computer crash with the clip curve though. There we go, a bit of color coding to help me see what's done, what's not done. Plus it's the actual color of the design after. Okay, now I'm gonna create, I'm gonna separate like this part of like the mesh into like a more like a unique mesh, just to so that like I don't end up with like one big mesh under everything at the end for like the filler parts. So yeah. And to do this, I will start by masking everything I'll need. Okay, so with this selection, I will simply duplicate the mesh. And on this instance, I will keep this part. And on this instance, I will revert my mask and get rid of all of that. And for this one, I will dynamesh it. Start by polygroups, close hole. Skims of thickness where it got a bit thin. And then it's dynamesh time. There we go. I'll bring it back to a more visible poly paint, and also get rid of a few things that are there you go. All right. Let me just save this. Let me check something. Just give me a second. I'll be back in 10 seconds. All right, I'm back. For C. I'm just curious, what's the workflow after you've done the model? Like, do you retopologize and UV everything yourself? Well, this one I'm throwing in a key shot right away, so there's none of that at all. Sometimes, like I've shown on my other streams, I'll do like a retopology, automatic UVs, and I'll use that for like baking and doing my renders. All right, so once again, this is mostly all hidden, right? So the deal is just to be able to do something that looks decent. All right, let's get to sculpting the in between, the interstice, like in Berserk. Because I'm a 3D student and looking at all the subtools you've got, it seems like a lot of work if you want to render and such in Maya, for example. Well, I welcome you to check my streams. If you go at the bottom of the screen, go in YouTube, all the archived videos are there, and I'm showing you how I do only doing like a decimation of the characters and able to render them. But I'll just give you a little warning right now. This is good for just showing your high res in a better way with like texture and a nice lighting. But if you want to get a job, you better show that you know how to do the topology and that stuff. If you cut corners like that, you're not going to get a job. Or at least you're going to have a very hard time. Nothing is impossible, but let's say you better show that you know how to do the topology and how to handle like complex things. Oh yeah, I forgot to do the ZRemesh and such. We'll do it without. Well, the in between, the goal is really just to get all the shapes to kind of like converge together and make sense together. Let's check again with the arms. See, everything's, I think it's pretty much like fitting. That's good. Let's continue kind of like finding our planes. It's some work in terms of like design to really just make sure like everything like in between kind of like feel like it fits with each other, like the line flow is consistent and like things don't look like they are just like mashed together, but that they're really like there is like a continuity of like the idea of the design. Um, but as I repeat often, because sometimes parts like that are hidden, there is a balance to be done in between how much time you're going to spend making sense of it or just letting it go, since it'll be not super visible. So efficiency is key in this matter. All right, we're soon done. Just need a little part here. So adding the mass, then trying to draw the planes. Kind of like drawing the edge a little bit more in case they're not obvious enough. Okay. I think the general sense of like how this thing is built is pretty much done in terms of the like their shape and everything. I'll just apply some crease groups and a few other things to these kind of like assets that are here's group, so I can attribute some smoothing, so we have like a bit of like an idea of like how the smoothing is going to work. Hmm. Wait, why is it? Oh, yeah, right. Wait, am I missing something except for like the, oh yeah, that thing. I've also forgot one thing. To send model this so it's not a dynamesh. It's just going to help for like optimization and whatnot. So I'll go here, look at this, redynamesh it, but at a lower level. Then, oh, there's a bit of crap on. I don't want those like artifacts. Sometimes it's hard for the algorithm. Let's just smooth the edges like that. There's no more of those things. No, okay. Then ZRemesh, say 4,000. Should be fine enough. Subdivide, subdivide, and reproject. Projection shell. Oh, projection distance was not enough. Not enough still. Good. All right. Insert that mesh here to replace this one. And the last thing that I want to do is take these here, insert multi-loop like that. This. Inflate the borders to kind of like hide the negative space a bit. And now the all the objects are there. So the next phase would be detailing, starting by mid detail, of course, because adding just like simple details on these would not look good. There's still like some objects that are interpenetrating, so like there's still a lot of work to do with that part here. But like in 2 hours, like how much, an hour and a half, we've put all the fundamentals, the foundations of the mesh in place, and probably like another 2-3 hours would be able to put the mid details, an hour the details. So we're talking about like less than a day to do the entire backpack high res, which all in all for the character is like a good target, a good amount of time spent on this character on this part. So yeah, there you go. I'm thinking probably I'm gonna finish the stream here. It's a pretty much a good place to stop for sure, but you need to fix your microphone. Can you be more elaborate, because this is not helping me, what you're saying? By the way, there is somebody passing the vacuum behind me in another room, so if that's what you're referring, if that's what you're referring to, let me know. I don't understand your little cry face, dude. Is that the vacuum you're talking about? Does somebody else have a problem with the microphone? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's somebody passing the vacuum in a room beside mine. Anyways, that's the end of the stream, so you won't have to endure that. So, yeah, okay. All right, so that's gonna be the end of it. Yeah, it's a shorter one. It's just like if I was to start like something new, it would be something totally new, right? We wouldn't be able to really like dive into like anything really serious. So, yeah, let's just keep it to that for the moment, and at least we've completed like a part of it. Although, sure, maybe not the most interesting part, but fundamentals, they are what they are, right? You need to, not fundamentals, but foundations, I should be saying. They're important. They're what's going to make the rest of the character look good and everything. So, I mean, they were serious. So if ever there's a moral to be taken from this step yep, have good foundations and you'll be able to have everything that's built on top looking good as well. Yep, so there we go. We're gonna rate someone just for spreading a bit of the love. So thanks everyone. Thanks for joining in. I'll try to do the next one during the earlier during the day. This one was special. I had a bunch of stuff to take care of, but next time, yeah, I'll try to do earlier during the day as usual. So, yep. Have a good day, everyone. Have a good week. Ciao.